Okay, I am in Fort Scott, Kansas, and I just did an interview with Brother Piper on a couple different tech tips. Uh, this particular tech tip, you could say, is about a NAS, a operated network attached storage. So if you've ever had Google Drive, if you've ever had Microsoft Cloud or iCloud, and you want to get away from that, or you want to be more protected for the future, this is an option to for very reasonably cost cheap. I'm talking like $700 entry cost, um, to be able to get something for your church or for your missions work or whatever, to be able to keep your data safe for a long time. Did you know that CDs and hard drives and thumb drives and all that stuff is not a permanent storage system? So if you're relying on that, you're going to lose all your stuff, all your sermons online, all your backup videos, all your pictures from your church. Everything's going to be gone. But here's a good, simple way to keep it, and he's going to explain to you how this goes. So let's get into it.
I am here in central Missouri, and I'm with a friend of mine named Jason Piper. You don't pronounce it Pipper?
Pepper.
Piper.
Piper.
Piper. And so we met him 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. So we came through here 4 years ago in some odd months, and we kind of got to talk about tech a little bit. And that's where he kind of put me on to our Synology NAS. And so that's what we're going to talk about today with him in just a few minutes, and just kind of give an introduction of what is a network attached storage. And so as I started doing videos and started doing content creation, like I started stacking up external hard drives because I was kind of saving everything. I was saving B rolls and A rolls and F rolls and jelly rolls, and I was saving everything. And so he stepped in and said, "Hey, here's this." And so he helped us set ours up, and it's been a blessing. And the stuff that we save today and we record, I can save this, even though I'm in Missouri right now, I can save it to our storage system that's in Serbia and be able to operate that and attach that. Now, why is that important? Well, we're going to ask him that because many churches that we've gone through are struggling with storage, and maybe they're not prepared. People don't realize that a CD, a music CD, gospel CD, an SD card, all of that is not permanent storage.
They're not. And a Synology offers you a redundant way to store your data. Remember building yours, and we used 4 hard drives to actually build that system. So even if one would die or something happened to it, you would still have that data redundancy and you wouldn't lose anything. When we talk about churches in particular, it's, I've got one computer that's been doing everything for me, and it's got one hard drive in it, and now they have to upgrade that machine, maybe because the hard drive on it crashed, and now they've lost everything. And all of that archival footage is no more. Maybe they've had a staff turnover, and everybody forgot how to use it. That's one of the hardest parts of, when you have a single computer, there's no data sharing, there's no data backups, or your data backups really expensive because you're putting it in Google Cloud or a Dropbox or something that's maybe even tied to one person. And then what happens to that drive if something happens to them?
So, for example, a pastor takes years of pictures for all the church. Pastor dies, and it's on his computer, and no one can access his computer. Or maybe a Bible college, and I've seen this. There's a Bible college that I know of that has all of their printouts, all of their lessons for every class on a computer that's maybe saved to a cloud somewhere that one person has the code to, right?
That's it.
But with a small box the size of maybe this.
A couple VHS tapes in height is what we're talking about. Something that's, maybe a small cube.
Right.
They can tuck in a closet somewhere, then just have a network cable and give it power, and it's ready to go.
Yeah. And there's 2 ways to operate it, from what I understand. There's one, you just store it.
Yep. You just store everything to it. It mounts as a mapped drive in Windows or as a shared drive in Mac, and you just save everything directly to it. There's really nothing more than that. You're copying your footage off your SD card and put it right on the drive.
Yeah. And then the next step is you hook that up to the internet, and then you can operate that, save stuff to it from around the world.
Yes. You can use the Synology app and you can save everything straight like it was a cloud drive almost, but it's your own local cloud that doesn't cost you anything.
Now, let's just say that I've got a bunch of family videos, or maybe DVDs from church services, or DVD from church archives.
Yes.
Those are not going to last. That data wears out and dies.
If you ever remember burning CDs or burning DVDs, they actually had a shelf life, and nobody really realized that. So people go to look at them 10, 15 years later and realized if you ever flip them over, they've discolored and they're not readable anymore. So getting that archival footage onto something a little more safe is definitely advisable before you
Even
can't anymore.
VHS tapes.
Yes.
Like all your family VHS tapes, the church VHS tapes, those are not permanent.
They're not.
They're going to eventually, and when I say erode, I mean the actual data basically almost melts and falls off through time.
Yep. So those VHS tapes were a magnetic field, and it weakens every year.
So you can actually convert those and save them basically in a non-biblical sense eternally.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you can, if it's a VHS tape, you can easily go on Amazon and get a conversion box. You put the VHS tape in, and it plays it back and records it to an MP4 file, which is very versatile. You can put it on YouTube if you've got church archives that you want to put on YouTube, and then save them to the Synology long term. They're there and ready to be shared with anybody.
Right.
You can do that with DVDs or CDs.
You see, the technology is not too far away, and I think we're actually living in it, to where some pastor in Arkansas who has recorded his sermons for church services for 30 years. 30 years of church services. We're not too far away of taking that whole entire folder, putting it into AI, and then creating a book of sermons that pastor did. But the only way that you're going to be able to do that is if you save the data. And
Save it now.
Save it. And the only way to have a long-term, cheap saving solution is a NAS.
Yes, network attached storage, a NAS. There are several brands. Synology is kind of the most user-friendly of the solutions, mainly because you can use it on a Mac or a PC or an Android phone or an iOS phone. It's a very approachable solution, and it really doesn't have that much of cost of entry. You can start simple. I remember when we started with yours, Matt, we did a handful of drives,
Right.
And we had the plan that we could take those drives out one at a time and replace them with bigger drives. And that's the beauty of those kind of solutions,
Right.
is it'll grow with you. So as drives get cheaper and your storage demand goes up, it grows with you. You don't have to replace it.
So you basically buy the shell, the box,
Yep.
and then you buy the hard drives to go in it.
Yes.
2 slots, basically. And from what I understand, your data goes onto one, but then it automatically copies it onto the second one.
That's correct.
So when one dies, it'll send you a message.
Yes.
And that way you go buy another one, pull it out, put the new one in, and then it back copies it.
It copies it right now.
This is the same thing that iCloud does,
Yes.
the same thing that Google Cloud does.
Yes.
They all have these boxes by the thousands of them,
Yeah.
basically.
Yes.
You're just getting a personal one for you, so you don't have to pay $30 a month to Google.
You pay it one time, and that's it. There's no perpetual licensing. There's no yearly cost. There's nothing. And again, it just grows with you. So if you're on a budget, you're starting out as a smaller church, you get the Synology, you get 1 or 2 drives, and then as you fill those up, you get a third drive, and you just slot it in, because most of those units will come and start with 4 slots in them. And all of a sudden, you've added that whole capacity of that one drive as new storage. And it'll rebalance out all of those files to where they're still redundant. So as you grow, the redundancy actually increases. So instead of you only having 2 drives and you could survive 1 drive failure, now you've got 4 disks. Now we still want to only keep 1 failed at a time,
Right.
but you've got that data split across multiple drives.
Yeah.
And
So
keeps it a
now-
lot safer.
Now, your church's outreach projects, the files, the folders, all the history of your church can be saved, and it's there.
It's there, and if you've got a pastor, an associate pastor, maybe a secretary, you've got your IT team and your sound room, everybody accesses the same drive, and you're also saving that who has the original copy of that file or who has the most up-to-date copy of this file. Now you'll have to have that one, and everybody gets in there. It really streamlines your business.
This
as
is
well.
the same thing the police departments do.
Yeah.
Same thing hospitals do.
Yes.
Every hospital, every police station have their own data box
that stays
where
there.
they save stuff and
Yep.
pull stuff off.
That's correct.
Right.
And that way everybody works off the same system.
I would say that you are a proponent of every church needs to have one.
Every church needs to have one. I'll even go as far as to say families.
I was just going
need
to go
have
there. Yeah. Every family, I was telling my parents even to listen, on your phone, my mom's phone is years of memories. And if we don't do something now, where's all those pictures go?
I've told a lot of people, and then sometimes it's even too late, is kind of talking on the family front. If you have loved ones, make sure you have that password to their phone. Make sure you have their iCloud password, not just the phone password, the 4-digit or 6-digit PIN, but all the passwords, because companies nowadays really won't help. The Apples and Googles, if something happens to a family member, they're not going to get you in, even with a court order.
All those
Memories
pictures,
will be
everything's gone.
yeah.
And so, but if you do this, all of your family, your entire 18 people of your family can use the same box, and you can have John, Bill, Nancy, Fred, and you can save everything to your own spot right there, and it stays.
It does.
And so, yeah, I'm so thankful that we have ours, and this might be something we talk about down the road, but I'm still working on how to get everything off Google and iCloud over, because I was downloading stuff and it's zipping it. And then to find out which ones do I need to delete, there's got to be a simple way. You've figured out. We'll talk later about that. But I wanted to share you with this network access storage.
Attached storage.
Attached storage.
Think of it as it's network, and you're plugging into your network, so it's attached to your network, your church, your home, and then it's storage. And so it's network attached storage.
And so for a basic entry model, I'm going to try to find a place on Amazon where you can download or you can order online, and then some small recommended ones to start with. Then I'm going to try to see if you have a video that you recommend on YouTube of some guy that explains how to put it together.
Absolutely.
And then we can find those links and give those to you here in the description. And that should be able to help you on that. So that's it for this one.
Anyways, I hope that was a blessing. I hope that helped. If you have any questions, feel free to email us or put the questions in the description or the question box at the bottom, and we'll get back to you on that. So God bless you. Have a great day.